Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Authentic Info Podcast. Today we're talking about the move made by Mzwanele Jimmy Manyi. We know Mzwanele Jimmy Manyi as a member of the ATM, and he occupied a position, I think it was head of policy. We know him as a spokesperson of the Jacob Zuma Foundation, and he served during the term of President Zuma. He served in government. We know Jimmy Manyi to be an executive leader in a lot of foundations, in a lot of forums, business forums. We know Jimmy Manyi as a business person, as a media person. We have seen him being implicated in the State Capture Commission or report. Jimmy Manyi has made a move recently to join the EFF on the first week of May, and within 4 weeks, we saw the news break where Jimmy Manyi was sworn in as a member of parliament. Now, when he joined the EFF, he was asked by various journalists and media houses as to what is it that influences such a move, where he stated that he sees that, or he considers the EFF policies, and he thinks that they are more relevant and there's no need to wait, for those policies to be implemented, and he thinks it's the right party to challenge the ANC currently. So we've seen him joining the EFF, and the president of the EFF even announced, and we were surprised with the quick move to put him to parliament. But you'll remember that the EFF leader, CIC Julius Malema, has stated that he sees no need, to have a quality official or a quality member in good standing and not being utilized. He says that those who have skills are welcome to the EFF, and this is a practical example to show that you can grab yourself a relevant position depending on your qualities, credibility, and qualifications. Now, the new MP, Mzwanele Jimmy Manyi, is saying that he is directed by the policy of the EFF to recruit more professionals to join the EFF, because there is a duty that needs to be executed. Now, you will remember that as a spokesperson of the Jacob Zuma Foundation, Mzwanele Manyi has spoke against some of the moves by the EFF back then. But for us not to be confused, or to be confused rather, we will be surprised, because in most of the events that were held jointly by opposing parties, Mzwanele Manyi will speak. Even in various EFF events, he would speak. And in some of the interviews recently, when they asked him about this move, whether there's something that pushed him out of ATM, he says that he still loves the ATM and he's still going to attend some of their events. And he also stated that he's not leaving the Jacob Zuma Foundation as a spokesperson. He even stated that he's not paid, but he didn't clarify that very well. But he stated that when they asked him whether he's being paid to be a spokesperson of that foundation, he stated that he's not paid, which means maybe he's volunteering. And then he also stated that anyone is welcome to ask funds on that foundation, regardless of one's political affiliation, whether you are DAEFF or whatever, because it is not affiliated or controlled or influenced by the ANC rather. So now this is surprising, because in the beginning the EFF were advocating for recognition of young leaders, young professionals to occupy high positions in government and even parliament. But the move that we see them taking now is somehow challenging. There's a challenge, because we are now surprised because look at the age of Jimmy Manyi. I think he's 59. They are now talking to Ace Magashule, who is way older. We've been in government for quite some time. We've been implicated in corruption, and the cases are there. So we'll be surprised whether the EFF is now going to take every RAT force to join them, whether it's a move maybe that they want to consider so that they can enter provinces like Free State, Eastern Cape, and Mpumalanga. Now the question is, are we going to see more previous or former ANC leaders coming into the party to occupy these positions? And what are the youth saying within the EFF? Because we know that the only youth league that we have in the EFF is the student command. And when you are still a student, you are not likely to occupy positions in government because you must be afforded a chance to, attain your qualifications first so that you can come and serve. But I think it's somehow demoralizing when now he is considering people who are in their late 50s to come and occupy positions, whereas there are smart people with master's degrees, with honors degrees, who need to be tested in these political positions. Because he himself, the CIC, said that they are testing members of the EFF in available vacancies so that when the time comes when the EFF takes over, people who are going to serve will have experience already. But the move that they are making with the likes of Manyi, I don't disagree with his credibility and qualities, but I'm saying that he has had his fair chance. That is my opinion. He has had his fair chance, and I'm not saying that he can't deliver. He's one of the best, but he's old. So I thought maybe the EFF will be the voice of young people, will be the voice of an educated black child out there with qualifications which are relevant but unemployed. I thought afforded an opportunity to lead and occupy certain positions in government, they are going to consider young people. So if they are not considering young people and they're still going back to take from people who have retired from the ANC and to recruit those who have been expelled, I don't understand that move. Maybe in the comments, some will come to educate us on such moves. How does it benefit the party? Because sometimes we'll think maybe it's a position which you bought. You leave a political party today, you join this one today, and then within 3-4 weeks, they send you straight to parliament to serve. Meanwhile, there's someone there who started with the party, who have never occupied any position, who have qualifications, who understands the constitution and the cardinal pillars, the founding manifesto of the EFF. But these people are not considered. So I think it will be wise and fair for them to clarify that move of Jimmy Manyi especially. And he said on one of his interview, the CIC Julius Malema stated that he's going to, actually people are going to be surprised on the 29th of July on the celebration or on the 10th anniversary of the EFF when which will be hosted in FNB, when he unveil or tell us or show the people who have recently joined the EFF that will be surprised, which means these are high-profile people, probably from the ANC. And then he also said that we cannot rule out that he's speaking to President Zuma. So is the EFF the new home of all the RAT forces? Or maybe there is something that is influencing the EFF to consider old people who are in their late 50s and 60s towards their 70s to join the party to lead in parliament and in various portfolios? I think that's a question for discussion, and it's a question that needs to be cleared by the leaders of the EFF, because it seems like there's no room for the youth. It seems like it is slowly closing opportunities for the youth, because back then young people saw it as an alternative, a political party that needs to be supported, that speaks for the poor, black, marginalized. But today it is making moves that seems to take away the opportunities which were supposed to be for young black people. So I don't know other reasons that are there. I wish those journalists who are given a chance to interview the CIC will ask him on why is he now talking to older people. I think it would be good if there are advisors, even if they are paid, but not to occupy positions. Meanwhile, there are young people who thought that the EFF is a party that is their home, and it doesn't care whether you are in your 20s, in your early 30s. If there is a position that you fully qualify, you are considered. But it seems like that it is slowly changing. It is slowly changing. So the Mzwanele Manyi move needs to be clarified. I hope that people in the comments will come and educate us and make us understand such a move, considering a 59-year-old who is a professional. We know he has been tried and tested, but when are we going to see young people being tried and tested, being given these opportunities to lead, to serve the country? People who haven't tested, wealth, people who haven't been implicated in corruption, to be tested, to be given a fair chance, as young as we are, including myself. So I think that these political parties, the EFF, and all of them do not believe in young people. I think we are going to be young until we are in our 50s. And by that time, they would be old or no more, because time is not in our side. So I think the leadership must give young people a fair chance to participate both in government and in the economy, because it's somehow demoralizing to serve in a political party for so long. Someone comes within a month, they are considered, they are given a position in parliament. So that was it for this episode, and we're going to follow up on that story, and we're going to get insight maybe from the horse's mouth, if those who get a chance to talk to him, ask him about such a move. What is it that influenced such a move? Whether it was discussed first, whether he was recruited. Maybe the leadership of the EFF went to Jimmy Manyi, saw some skills and qualities, and then they said to him, come and join the party, leave ATM. This is what we have for you. We don't know. But it seems like the CIC has a soft spot for Mzwanele Manyi, and it has proven to work. So now there are some conflicts in the eyes of us, those of us who are not deep into politics and the friendship of politicians. The CIC always states that there are no permanent enemies in politics, and that frustrates a lot of South Africans, because we don't understand this forgiveness. We don't understand what does he mean when he says that there are no permanent enemies in politics, because he drives his members to hate particular individuals, and then he later becomes the first person to forgive them. And the members are expected to forgive that person. And then that person now is seen to occupy. Imagine Zuma coming in to be a deputy president, for example, of the EFF. By the look of things, that is where we are heading. We're heading there. Former President Zuma can join the EFF. We can see the likes of Duduzane joining the EFF. So it's somehow questionable. These moves are questionable, especially amongst the youth, because I, for one, expected that is a home for young people, and it must lead as an example to afford young people an opportunity to occupy higher positions, leadership positions in government. And the AFF is supported a lot in institutions of higher learning, where we see them cleaning universities and TVET colleges, winning those branches. So the question is, are they going to wait for those EFF student command leaders when they come out of university? They must wait until they are in their 50s to occupy positions. I've seen Mandla Kwambani, but that doesn't take away the move they made when it comes to Mzanele Jimimai. Maybe I should be well educated when it comes to that, and what is it that influenced that move. But it's questionable. We don't know where it is heading. Because by the look of things, the way they are campaigning, the way they are on the ground, it is guaranteed that in 2024, they are going to come out with more numbers than they have now. But who are the people who are they going to send to parliament? Do you need to have proven yourself through owning certain establishments? Do you need to have served in the ANC and other opposition parties so that you can occupy a position in the EFF? I hope that's not the case. So thank you for watching. This is Authentic Info Podcast. This was a discussion on the move made by the leadership of the EFF in appointing Jimmy Manyi straight to Parliament a month after he joined the EFF, which I think was too quick. Maybe he has been a secret member. I understand he was head of policy at ATM. I understand he has been involved in business, in communications, and we know him very well. But is he well equipped in terms of understanding the Constitution and all the cardinal pillars of the EFF? We will see. Time will tell, and history will absolve this move. So thanks for watching Authentic Info Podcast. Other episodes are coming. I think these political analysis or talks are very interesting, and we are going to continue to have discussions or engagements or presentations on them. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. More content is coming. Thank you.